All right. Good evening, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
All right. Good evening. It's my pleasure to have us here again this evening. All right. This is the second edition in the month of August, second edition of Public Service HR Mentorship Series. It's my pleasure to have us here. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. In fact, it warms my heart to see all of us here ready to learn again this evening. So we will kickstart immediately without wasting time because we have a lot to learn this evening. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have us here. Even coupled with the fact that we have our permanent secretary who is here again to share knowledge with us this evening. So, as usual, you know what we are doing here now? We share knowledge. When we share knowledge, we shape HR. We are shaping HR. Once we shape HR, what are we doing? We are elevating the public service. And don't forget that we have been saying it and we will continue to say it that HR is the backbone, the spinal cord of a functioning society. When you see a society that is functioning, check the public service. When you check the public service, you will know that something is behind the functionality of that service. I mean, of that society. And after that, you now check what exactly is behind this backbone of the public service that is functioning and functioning effectively. And it can never be nothing more than the perfect HR that we are building. And once the HR is good as a spinal cord, definitely the backbone will be very nice, and we will see a functioning society. We will see a functioning society. So this evening, I'm so glad, so happy that we are here again. We are here to learn. We are here to share knowledge. We are here to discover new things this evening. And I want us to just calm ourselves as we share knowledge this evening. So I'm going to say something, I want us to understand this fact. This is going to be my opening charge. And I want us to understand that I don't want knowledge sharing to end here. Each session should not end on this call or on each call. Yes, let me put it that way. Once we learn, we have also gone extra mile to do what? To open YouTube channel. And once that we are done here, please, I'm appealing, I'm encouraging us to go back to what we have learned here and go to our YouTube channel. In that YouTube channel, you have the time to yourself. You can fast forward, you can rewind, you can pause, do whatever you want to do and come back to it. So by doing, we will continue to learn. We will continue to refresh ourselves, and we are going to be getting better on what we are learning here. So that YouTube channel is not for fun. It has been created for us to have opportunity to go back and recall and refresh whatever we might have learned on this platform. Like we are going to learn today, whatever we are going to learn to be uploaded on our YouTube channel, we will go back there, watch it again. Previous episode, previous sessions, we are uploading them week after week after week, all those that we have done before now, we want us to go back to that YouTube channel. Don't forget that that's the only thing you can do. To keep us motivated, to keep us running, and making sure that this platform is functioning. Don't forget that even that our WhatsApp group, we came up with quiz so that we can also be refreshing ourselves with what we are learning on the platform. So when we come up with questions for quiz, please let's participate. And we are doing something on that platform. After answering our questions correctly, you will still go home with a token of call credit, just to continue to encourage ourselves. We can't post quiz questions and we will not participate. Simply means you are not showing interest, and that's not going to help us, going to motivate us. So these activities we are coming up, even sometimes some people will post questions, some will not even feel concerned. Please, let's learn how to come on that platform, on that WhatsApp group, and learn and contribute. It's a platform for all of us to learn, to contribute. Once questions are coming up like that, you go back, okay, see where you can also come up with your own contribution. Contribute. Go to our YouTube channel, listen to previous episode. It will definitely help us and grow faster than we can imagine. So that will be what I will use to be my opening charge today. So I'm charging us, I'm encouraging us, participate in our quiz questions. Go to our YouTube channel. You can imagine we have close to 1,000 participants. 1,000 members on that our WhatsApp group, and we have just how many, like 205 or 215 subscribers on our YouTube channel. It's not encouraging, but we are saying that we can do better. So let's do more to encourage this initiative, and I know that it's not going to be it's going to be mutually benefited. You will benefit and learn, and also we will continue to be encouraged. So at this point, I want to draw the curtain on our normal opening charge for today, and that's what we are going to say, and we will hang it up there while I seize the opportunity to introduce our facilitator. And I'm very sure he's someone that we all know, and you know that if he handles this session now, we will all I'm sure we will all be like, wow, this is what we have been missing so far. So I carefully want to read the profile of my permanent secretary, the permanent secretary, Civil Service Commission, Mr. Wasiu Bolanle Agbabiaka. You are welcome, sir. Permanent Secretary, Civil Service Commission. He began his education in Lomé, Togo, and later moved to Nigeria, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts in French language and literature from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. Mr. Agbabiaka further pursued his Masters in Public Administration and MSc, Masters of Science in Political Science at the University of Lagos, and recently completed Doctorate in Public Administration, specializing in public policy analysis at Lagos State University. Mr. Agbabiaka joined Lagos State Civil Service in 1999 as an administrative officer 1, grade level 09. And since he has been doing what? Since held various key positions across different ministries, departments. He has worked in offices of special advisor to governor on education, project Monitoring and Implementation Unit under PIMU and under the governor's office, and was involved in Lagos State government's informal sector reform program. He has also served as secretary to the Committee for Reformation of Local Government Administration and Structure. He contributed significantly to local government policy and budget at the Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs. With over 25 years of experience in both public and private sectors, he has made significant contributions to the development of Lagos State. His special assignments include serving as an ex-officio member of the Lagos State Scholarship Board and Lagos State Library Board, as well as heading the extralegal division of informal sector reform program. Mr. Agbabiaka was honored with the Best Officer of the Year award in 2022, the senior category, when he was the director, the Lagos State Civil Service Commission. Okay, he's a member of several professional bodies, including Nigerian Institute of Management, NIM, Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, CIPM, and Chartered Institute of Public Administration of Nigeria, SAIPAN. He's a hardworking and social individual. He enjoys reading and meeting people. Mr. Agbabiaka is married to, hey, please, he's married to Mrs. Olabisi Agbabiaka. He's a devout Muslim. Please, as I yield the floor for Olaiton to take over, kindly join me as we welcome Mr. Agbabiaka. Olaiton, let me put down my slide, then you continue from there.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you so much for that introduction. And our speaker is already on the call, so I'll just share a slide. Please, can you take off your slide so that I can?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm pulling it down now.
Okay, so while we're doing all of that, please, I just dropped something on the chat box. Please, if you are new here, kindly go to the chat box. You can drop your emojis so that it shows that we're really appreciating the PS on the call. I know there are quite a lot of directors on the call as well. Good evening, everyone. Once again, you are welcome to this amazing session. Please kindly click the link to the attendance. It's been dropped, and you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, I am going to be sharing my slides right away. PSR.
My PS, are you there? PSR.
PSR.
Oh, let me unmute you, sir. Yeah.
Okay, can anybody see my slides? Please, we can use the emojis. You can drop the emojis. We have over 228 people on this call. Please kindly fill the attendance. Please kindly fill the attendance. Thank you. Please, if you can see my slides, kindly drop an emoji to... Okay, I see. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Okay, can you unmute yourself, sir? Yes, sir.
I've just done that.
All right, sir.
Okay, sir. Sorry, we're not going to be taking questions now. I see your hands raised up. Questions will come after. Thank you so much. Okay, sir. You have the floor, sir.
Okay. Good evening, very distinguished colleagues. Let me first and foremost express appreciation to Doctor for providing this platform for this service. Indeed, you are a champion of the HR school. I'm highly impressed, particularly when I looked at the number of attendees. The participants are almost 240 now, 240. And I also looked at the trajectory of what you've been doing on this call. So I want to appreciate you I also want to appreciate other members who are actually coordinating all of this. I express my sincere gratitude to all my colleagues who are also on this call. It's indeed a very great privilege for me to be given this opportunity to share my modest thoughts on some of our processes at the Civil Service Commission. Without wanting to go too far, I would like to start before I'd like to also thank you. Before you begin to share my slides, I expressed some level of reservation when the coordinator, that's a doctor, did mention that I may be, whether I would like to talk on the promotion. I said, no, that's a no-go area for now. I said, no, PS, you don't need to worry about it. We are only going to look at the framework, the regulatory framework of promotion, and that has nothing to do with perhaps your incubation of your promotion model for the year 2026. On that note, I said, okay, no problem. Even if it is, it's also a learning curve for us. We can never tell. I could get a lot of information here that can also shape our thinking, our policy on promotion. So I'm very privileged and I'm very happy to be here. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So we can start sharing the slides now. So we can start.
Yes, sir. Can you see my slides? You can go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to see it.
I'm sharing the slides already.
Okay.
Oh, guys, on the screen, sir. PS, sir.
Yes, I'm trying to get it. Don't worry. I'll get it. I'm getting it.
All right, sir.
I want it to be okay. Okay, thank you very much. The title of this presentation is Demystifying the Promotion Exercise and all that we need to know in the PSR. Define promotion exercise, what every officer should know from the PSR. If you ask me, this is very simple. Because all I'll just do is to go to chapter 2, section 6 of the public service rules. And there I am. All that I need to know about promotion exercise in the public service. But our very distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, this is more than that. It's far, far more than that. What we have at the PSR is more like a framework. And that framework has a lot of drivers that will make us to get to where we're going. To this extent, I want us to start from the outline. This evening, we are going to be looking at number 1. Let's provide a context for promotion exercise, a context beyond the Lagos State Public Service, a context beyond Lagos State as a subnational, a context beyond the country itself as a national. Yes, even in other climes, how do we perceive promotion? What is promotion? Then again, we're going to be looking at having an understanding of our promotion cycle in the public service generally. We're also going to be looking at eligibility lists. We have a definition, we attempt a definition and what we have in terms of having to put up, the eligibility. I also have a promotion process. What exactly are we talking about when we are talking about promotion process? We look at the importance of verification, if you ask me, validation. We also look at other considerations in promotion exercise. PMBs, particularly for our oral interviews. What and what do we have? What does it really entail? We also look at the significance of having to, attend briefings. I would like to say this, just by way of clarification. Yes, most of the examples I'll be giving may be peculiar to the mainstream civil service, but that is not to say that our discussion really tailored along the happenings as regards promotion in the mainstream civil service. What we have in the public service rule is all encompasses, is also involves what we have in terms of promotion for other commissions. That's the Teaching Service Commission, the Health Service Commission, the Audit Service Commission, and other, commissions in the state public service. So we like to look at definition. What is actually promotion? What is promotion? By way of providing a context, promotion more like in a workplace, because the promotion could come from all spheres of life. You can be promoted in your church. You can be promoted in your mosque. In fact, and all of that, they can say, because Mr. Kudero is very good and his sound is this, is honest, let's make him, our secretary. And after a while, I say, okay, because he has done very well as a secretary, he should move to become the chairman of the CDA and all of that. So promotion is more like any form of elevation that you can have, that are moving from one particular place to another. But within the context of the workplace, promotion is more like a method of advancement and elevation. And in Lagos State, we have a different model as a subnational. But don't forget, for other nationals, we also have different forms of models of promotion. Like in the UK, for instance, the model that we use here is not the same thing that is used in the UK. In the UK, for instance, once after your entry, what you'll be doing is to be applying for vacant positions for you to be able to move to the next grade level. In other words, you can be on a particular grade level for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And you can also be on a grade level a year and 2 years after, then you move. However, here in Nigeria, we have a public service rules that regulate our promotion exercise, that provides a framework for our promotion exercise. So to that extent, I'd like to quickly say that in Lagos State, the responsibility of promotion is actually with the commissions, that's the statutory service commissions, the boards, and other parastatal organizations. But they are also guided predominantly by, number one, the public service rules, like I said, particularly Chapter 2, Section 6. They're also guided by other extant rules and regulations. They are also guided by statutes from organizations, parastatal organizations. Don't forget that our public service rules is not only for the mainstream civil service, it's also for all the statutory service commissions and boards. It's also for other statutory parastatal organizations that are also under this public service. Those parastatals have their own statutes that regulate their practices. So to that extent, they also have some practices that may not be too different, that may not be too distant from what we have in the public service rules. The responsibility centers for promotion in Lagos State. Number one, like I said, the statutory service commissions and boards, the Ministry of Establishment, other parastatal organizations, the public service rules, the public service office, and other allied organizations within the system. Indeed, one important organization that I would like to mention is the MDAs. Is what? The MDAs. The MDAs, that's ministries, departments, and agencies, are also an integral part. They are also strategic partners in the promotion process. Indeed, the career management as a whole of the entire staff strength in the public service rests majorly on the commissions. If I say the commissions, I mean the statutory service commissions, because we have a difference between just commissions and statutory service commissions. The Safety Commission, for instance, is not the kind of commission we are talking about here. The LASPEC, the Lagos State Pension Commission, is also the kind of commission, not also the kind of commission we are talking about here. So we are talking about statutory service commissions that are charged with the responsibility of managing human capital in their space. So to that extent, we have the Ministry of Establishment also overseeing promotion exercises in parastatals. They also lay some grand norms for our junior level. That's level 01 to 06. without wanting to, let me quickly, let me have the next slide. The next slide. The next slide. The next slide, okay. We said specifically that talk about promotion here. We have a promotion cycle, and this is our promotion cycle. Qualify. You know, it's not Banana Republic, it's structured. For you to qualify for promotion, we have some yardsticks that you must satisfy. From grade level 01 to 06, you must have earned 2 years per day. From level 7 to 14, you must have earned 3 years per day. From level 15 to 16, you must have earned 4 years per day on the present grade level for you to be qualified to move to the next grade. Like I said, it's just a case study for the mainstream. No. Go back. Go back to the last slide. Go back. Let's go back to the cycle again, please. Okay. It's actually an annual exercise within the groups of grade levels. That's a band of grade level from 6, O-level 6, 17. This process ensures that all eligible officers within the promotion year are duly assessed and promoted based on merit, performance, and adherence to public service rules and other extant regulations. The period of this promotion must be unblemished. Indeed, number one, you must not be under any disciplinary action. That's number one. Number two, you must also, if you're a new entrant, your appointment ought to have been confirmed. Because if you are not confirmed, if you are not a confirmed officer, definitely you cannot be promoted. We've had cases of people that were not confirmed and they have approached the commission. Their names were sent in the eligibility list for them to be promoted. Of course, the commission, the Civil Service Commission, or other commissions will step down or will set aside such requests. So better for us to be guided that once you are not confirmed, you may not be promoted or you will not be promoted. Next slide, please. Before we go into the nitty-gritty of the promotion, let's look at this, the step-by-step of what we do when we want to commence a promotion exercise. I'm very sorry this may not be too legible, but just pardon me. I was just trying to make it big, but I couldn't succeed in doing that. But I think we can make a do with this. Number one, the first thing that we do is the issuance of circular on submission of promotion slips and related matters. If I want to give what we have this year, or for 2026 as an example, we had a particular circular issued by the commission calling for eligibility list. The question that should come to anybody's mind, should come to everybody's mind is that what exactly is our eligibility list? The eligibility list simply means that the people that are qualified, that have been found to be qualified to participate in the year's promotion exercise. Like we said earlier, you must have either 3 years, either 4 years, as the case may be. A new entrant, have you been confirmed? Are you any under disciplinary action? The question there, when exactly would an officer be deemed to be under any disciplinary action? I want the coordinator to kind of pack that question, because it's a question that we would like to discuss later, perhaps in our question. When would we say that an officer is under disciplinary action? We would like to share perspectives on that. The issuance of circular is number one, for you to be able to submit your eligibility list to the commissions. Then the number two is I will seek the approval of Mr. Governor. that yes, we would like to conduct a promotion exercise for the year, because as the chief executive and the number one public servant in the state, he has that prerogative to either say, please wait for a while, or please continue, because you will be seeing as you go along in the circle that we still have to revert back to him. If we receive the governor's approval for us to be able to commence the promotion exercise, then we'll now move to the third stage, which is the meeting with stakeholders. Who are our stakeholders? Our stakeholders are legion, starting from even the eligible officers, such as the Ministry of Establishment and Training, the Public Service Office, the Senior Staff Association, the Junior Staff Association, all the labor unions, their association, and all our consultants, our other strategic partners. In our own case, the PSSDC, the Public Service Sub-Development Center, one of our strategic partners, because we run the promotion show with them, along with our consultants. Then we now move to number 4, which is the issuance of our call circular. Here, we are talking about issuing a circular on our guidelines on structured training and briefing of AI and HR on what is expected of our AI and HR, our director AI and HR, then our eligible candidates. Why? Because we as a commission, or we as commissions, we as organizations or parastatal organizations in the state in charge of promotion, managing promotion, may not be able to cascade most of this information directly to the eligible officers. Hence, we need to use the instrumentality of the director, admin, and human resource for them to be able to cascade some of this information to the eligible officers. Then we move to number 5. The number 5 is that, yes, I'm sorry, there is a mix-up here. Is the release of timetable should be, excuse me. Oh, sorry. I'm on course. We move to number 5, where we conduct, because in our issuance of we'll have given specifications of the mode that the promotion will take, the model of promotion to be adopted, whether it's going to be hybrid, whether it's going to be completely ICT, that's electronic, virtual, like what we had in the past. For grade level 6 to 10, we used to have physical for them. For grade level 7 to 16 is actually, no, from grade level 6 to 10 is physical. From grade level 7 to 16 is actually, no, I'm not getting it. Please, let me take it again. From grade level 06 to 10 is physical. Then from grade level 12 to 16 is virtual. And then in that our virtual, we have 2 sets, both in the virtual and in the physical. We have job specifics and we have cross-cutting. And that is why what we ran up to last year, or up to this year, 2025, is what we refer to as a revised structured training program that is job specific and cross-crossing, and is hybrid. Hybrid in the sense that it is physical, is a combination of physical and virtual. Hybrid in the sense that even for those of us from grade level 12 to 16 who will have done virtual training in terms of job specific and cross-crossing, we still do oral interview, which is also. Having done all of this, we will now move to conduct itself. That is the conduct of the exercise. For ease of reference and for ease of explanation, the number 5 here is into supervising, coordinating, trying to mainstream STP is RSTP. That's the revised structured training at different centers. When I mean centers, these centers are divided into two. There's physical, and we also have virtual centers. Then after that, like I mentioned, at number 6, we have release of timetable for PMBs at MDAs and forwarding of minutes of meetings. We are going to be looking at the imperatives of our PMBs, that's for our oral interview, for our level 12 to 16. The model we have adopted in the past few years is that, particularly between COVID now, post-COVID, is that for grade level 06 to 10 is only the RSTP. But for grade level, no oral interview like it used to be. But for grade level 12 to 16, we are going to be having oral interview. And this oral interview are conducted by parent MDAs. If you remember, I mentioned much earlier that our parent MDAs are very, very critical strategic partners in the operationalization of the promotion process. Move from level 6 from step 6 to step 7. We do defense, because the defense of the PMBs will be done at the commission, at the Civil Service Commission. The commission will be sitting, the statutory commissions will be sitting, and all of the outcomes of this promotion exercise: number 1, your SPADEF; number 2, the RSAP; number 3, the promotion, the oral interview. All of this will be cumulated and sent to the commission back for the commission's defense, for the commission's presentation. This is a very rigorous exercise that we have to dot the I's, cross the T's, because we have a lot. That is where we actually identify some non-eligible, some that have gotten promoted or gotten advancement, some that are not qualified to be there, maybe they are on disciplinary, some that were absent at one point or the other. At that very defense process, that's where we actually refine the stakes of promotion. So at the end of the day, we will not be seen not to be promoting the right people or be seen to be promoting the wrong people. At stage 8, we obtain Mr. Governor's approval for release of letters. All of this will go pari passu, because as we are releasing the letters, we also do what? We want to release the promotion letters. And once the promotion letters are released, for those of us with 1st January national date, and for those with 1st July national date, of course, we have our letters. This year, for ease of reference, we had a little delay because we did not have a commission in place. However, for those with 1st January national date, they had their financial implications implemented. But for those with July, they just got their financial implication implemented effective 1st July. But for those in 1st January, they had their financial implication implemented effective 1st February. And I want to say that the Commission is actually working very hard to ensure that in 2026 promotion exercise, the 1st January national date will also have 1st January financial date. So the 9th stage is the release of promotion letters. We also come with the implementation of the financial implication for the newly promoted officers. Next slide, please. What are the criteria? Yes, we've said that you need to have 3 years, 4 years SPADEF, as the case may be. You also need not to be on disciplinary, on any disciplinary, we call it action. You also need, if your appointment ought to be confirmed, and all of that. Your SPADEF, another area that we are not actually looking at is that sometimes if you don't have adequate number of SPADEF, you may not be qualified to participate in promotion. I also want this question to be packed. Dear moderator, I also want this to be packed because some will have earned a year or 2 years PADEF. Perhaps they've been appointed on non-elective political appointment, and they say, should be only 1 year local. I can be, no, if your SPADEF is not up to the required number, despite the fact that you have had 2 or 3 out of 4 or out of 3, as the case may be, you will not be eligible to also qualify for promotion. There are also there are other clarifications by way of refining the criteria for promotion. You know that if you look at our cadres, we have cadres, or we also have some professional cadres. For instance, if you're an executive officer and you now get to your bar, if you're a clerical officer, you get your bar, which is chief clerical officer grade level 7. If you are a chief executive officer grade level 14, you may just say, they said they should earn 3 years PADEF now. So no, there are restrictions by the schemes of service and other policies regarding all these practices and processes. If you're an executive officer, without having to be properly converted, you cannot move, irrespective of the number of PADEF that you earn, you cannot move from grade level 14 to 15. The same thing is applicable to some of us in the very pure, or let me say pure, in some professional cadres, such as accounting, such as engineering, surveying, and all of that, that yes, with your first degree, without having a professional qualification, like current for engineers, and for ICANN or ANAN for professional accountants, you cannot move beyond level 14. So some of the options are bad, if I may allow that expression, at that very grade level, 14 or 7 as the case may be, until you acquire additional professional or academic qualifications. I hope I've been heard. Hello, are we there?
Yes, we are here, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next slide.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next slide, please. Let's go back a bit, Abi. Let's go back. There's a particular point I would like to make there. Yes. Beyond all these criteria that we have mentioned, whether we are with our public service rules there, I'm with mine here, is my companion. If you look at, but you can always to it later after the exercise or when we get to question and answer session. If you look at session 020601, C3, I would like to read it out. In all cases, a examination and a general satisfactory records of conduct shall also be considered. In other words, if you look at it here in our slide, they say you may at times need to pass what we call a written and oral promotion examination. In other words, the public service also provides that there must be some form of scientific evaluation of officers before they are granted promotion. That takes me to the question of what happened to some people that couldn't have met the criteria or our RSTP, despite the fact that it was a training program. You remember that we have a quiz at the end of each of the training sessions where you are asked, I think, about 10 questions or 12 questions. And if you are not successful in answering these questions, you may not also be qualified to be promoted. That is, beyond you having to mature on the number of years, as the case may be, by way of SPADEF, beyond you not having any disciplinary action, and beyond you being of very good conduct, you must also participate in the RSCP as it is applicable for now, and also in the oral interview if you are 12 and above, as we had this year. Next slide, please. I want us to also look at some factors that should be considered by any promoting agency. Number one, which is very, very critical, they are very, we call it dormant sections in the public service rules, sections that people don't really defer to in most cases, but they are very, very important. The number one is that the promotional post of a deserving officer in the state public service shouldn't, under any circumstance, be jeopardized by the appointment of persons not already in the service. Now, the service is good. Yeah, the service is very good now. Some years back, for each promotion post, there must be adequate availability of vacancy. In other words, if you are 10 and you are aspiring from grade level 15 to 16, what they will do is that, okay, we have 4 vacancies and we are 10. What will happen? In other words, only 4 will be taken, will be moved, and they will do that based on merit, based on assessment, a scientific assessment. That is not the point we want to make here. The point we want to make for every deserving officer that deserves to be promoted, that has satisfied all the conditions for promotion to the next grade level, that person's chance of being promoted should not be jeopardized by bringing in people from outside to come and take over that promotion post. In other words, no officer shall also be barred from being promoted on lacking of additional qualifications other than that he had used to enter the service, but there are exceptions. What are these exceptions? These exceptions are simply the ones that we just cited. Like if you are an engineer, a civil engineer, you come in with engineering, you can only get to grade level 14. If you do not have COREN, and I think NSC, the Nigerian Society of Engineers, it is also applicable for architects. It's also applicable for people in town planning and all of that. So with that is the only exception. But under no circumstance will anybody, be denied of being promoted. Apart from these few instances, the implication of this very second proviso is that even if you with the kind of qualifications you have come into, you exhaust all your promotion posts before you exit the service. Number 3, only in exceptional cases where available candidates are not considered suitable for promotion to a vacant post may the said post be advertised. In other words, what we are saying is that within the pool of officers, any vacant position, we must try to get it in between. In other words, that opportunity for promotion is wide open for all public servants. Promotion, I beg to say, is not necessarily a right, it's a privilege. It is a privilege. And that is why in some climes, we are lucky in Lagos State that we get promoted as I went due. But in other states, even at the federal level, some of our colleagues at the federal level don't get promoted at every promotion year. They will say, it's either they will say there's no enough vacancies or there are no adequate personnel provision, because that also takes us to the promotion exercise not being really prerogative of the service commissions or the parastatal organizations. Is also a strategic activity that is also carried out by anchored by means of establishment and training. Because if you do remember what's going on. Are we there?
Yes, continue, sir. I'm sure it's from.
Yes,
you continue.
we are here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. No
I'm
problem.
sure it's from Olaiton's. And just continue, sir.
No problem. Yeah, I'll fire on.
Yes.
So,
No, it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm going to disable the person now.
All right.
Okay. You see that we have our personnel budget. Each year we do our personnel budget, and this is our budget. We always take charge of our projections. What are the number in posts? Who are we envisaging while we move from one particular grade level to the other? Some of these are some of the groundwork that most of our parent MDAs are doing. Even apart from our parent MDAs, even other MDAs also do it. You know that in our nominal roles, for each year, will provide for Mr. A, Olaito is on level that I'm sorry, I'm using Olaito. Olaito just came to my mind. That's Bola. We must provide for it in our personnel budget. You now see that even the issue of budget is also very, very critical to our promotion process. Are we there? Are we there?
Yes, sir. We are here, sir. You can go ahead, sir.
The issue of budget is also very, very critical to our promotion. We also see that yes, we want to be promoted. We want to be promoted at all times. I also want some level of financial implication, financial backing. Somebody's tapping with this hour.
Sir, you can go ahead, sir.
No. That your slide is not showing. Your slide is not there. Somebody is
doing something else.
Who is this person, please? Who is actually logging into last postgraduate courses, please?
That's all we have now.
What happened? How did you get here? All right, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, are we good now?
Yes.
I just
we are.
All right.
We are.
Okay, sir.
Again, within the promotion circle, there's also an advantage that we do not leverage oftentimes. If at the end of the entire exercise, an officer is deemed not to have been successful, but is eligible, but through all the processes is deemed not to have been successful, that person has a right of appeal to appeal within 6 months to look into his case. Of course, the commission grants every officer, or indeed all commissions, grant all officers the right of appeal on any matter, including promotion. And this is rightly provided for in our 02, 06, 02. That is the right of appeal for those that are deemed not to have met the required criteria for promotion. They have the right to ask questions. Sometimes it may not necessarily for the commission to reverse the decision for lessons learned. So if the person knows what is wrong, the level of preparation for the next promotion will be better, and there will have been a number of things to take away from where that very person did not meet the criteria for promotion. Next slide. Next slide. I want us to quickly run through the eligibility list and the yardstick. It's a master record. It's a data. The eligibility list is what? A data. Without it, no commission can function. Because you're planning as it were. I want to situate the issue of eligibility list within the context of management and within the context of planning being pervasive and being primary in any management process. Indeed, I would like to inform this evening that promotion as an exercise is a project. Is what? A project. And at the base of that project is planning. And the instrumentality, the most vital instrumentality that you need to plan, that is your eligibility list. We are still struggling now at the commissions because we do not have eligibility list for us to hit the ground running for the next year's promotion. That's the data that we need. So it's a master record. And it's collated by parents' MDAs. Hello, it's collated by what? Parents' MDAs. Not all MDAs are parent MDAs. For ease of records, we have about 29 parent MDAs within the mainstream civil service. And what is the purpose of our eligibility list? The purpose of our eligibility list is to serve as what? As an official reference for those that are what? Eligible. In other words, for those that are not eligible, cannot find their way into eligibility list. For those that are eligible, they must be there. If they are not there, then there is a problem. So it is compiled, double-checked, by a template. That is why each year, this year we have also provided a template for list where we can be able to capture all the information that we require for us to be able to plan the next year's promotion. It will include what? Candidates' briefs, photo cards, and other accurate service records. And this very last one, I have a message. It's a lecture, but it's a message. We need to adhere strictly to the templates, not for any reason, but it's to enhance, to ensure uniformity and compliance. And for our very dear strategic partners, very costly strategic partners, our Director of Administration and Human Resource imposed the issue of submission of required returns in terms of the eligibility list. Is we cherish it a lot, and I am sure that by 2026 we are going to have a rebuff in not going back and forth in trying to look to juggle our eligibility list, because it does give a lot of hassles in actually streaming people that are eligible and how to plan for them. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Because we are all humans, we do know this is very important for us to do what we call validation. You missed out some names, although this is not a license for us to miss out some names, but we should try and do our due diligence to ensure that at least all the eligible officers are properly captured with their grade levels and cadres, depending on our parent MDEs. However, there are some instances we have some clarifications or some validation to be made. For instance, for those that have earned career movement, like career advancement, of course, normally they ought not to have been stated in the eligibility, but once it is brought to their attention or the parent MDA quickly, of course, it must have been taken through the parent MDA. So this, because from the primary MDA, that is the user MDA, they may MDA. Again, we also have some gray areas for those that are under disciplinary action. We've had calls to stop promotions, even at the level of fair promotion defense. In other words, the person has participated in all the processes. And at the level of the defense, I say, this officer is under disciplinary action. And another question that I want to be packed is that if an officer is under disciplinary action, we all know that that officer is not eligible for promotion. What about after the disciplinary processes had been concluded, that officer has been exculpated, has been found not to be guilty and discharged to go, that he's been exonerated? What happens to that person's promotion, having missed the promotion? Next slide, please. I'm running. Other consideration in promotion exercises. We do know that promotion for 01 to 06 is the exclusive, the accounting, that's the permanent secretaries and the head of extra-ministerial department and agencies. That's the promotion, that's specifically referring to 02, 06, 05. Again, the promotion of someone moving from grade level 6 to 7, oftentimes, as it is in the books, is organized through a committee that will do a recommendation to the Civil Service Commission. And that is taken care of, 02, 06, 03. Then the effective date of promotion is either 1st January or 1st July of every promotion year. However, the commission may so may decide otherwise. Next slide. Next slide. Let's run. Let's run. Okay. Again, we have other considerations in promotion exercise. Restoration of notional dates. For some officers who will have gone for some engagement on grounds of public policy. On grounds of what? Public policy. Study leave or an approved leave of absence, particularly for those for non-elective, political appointment, unapproved secondments to another government agency or approved body by government, and where even an officer is granted study leave without pay for less than that person can still retain his notional date. The restoration at all times, the restoration of our seniority, in other words, our notional date, does not have any financial implication. By this, what do I mean? What I mean is that if I've gone on, let's say, non-elective political appointment, and I spent 4 years, I was an AD. When I come back, that's another question. How will I be assessed? But I'm expected to retain my seniority with my peers. I should be at par with my colleagues. How am I going to be assessed? That's the question. Without going into the nitty-gritty, how am I going to be assessed? If I now do another promotion and I earn my grade level 16, it means that what I have done does not mean that it has any financial implication. Government is not going to pay me. The same thing is applicable for those that were granted even study leave without pay for less than 2 years. If your seniority will be restored, you participate in the next promotion exercise, your seniority will be restored, but this will not have any financial implication to government. Again, another salient issue for consideration in promotion exercise is that under no circumstance will any of on contract be promoted, although his terms, his designation, the base, the parameters of that very contract could be varied upward, but that will not come by way of a promotion. Next slide, please. Here we have the PMB process. Not to go too much into it, the number of permanent secretaries that are supposed to serve there for oral interview, the number of directors, the representatives of the Ministry of Establishment, Civil Service Commission, Public Service Office, as the case may be. Here we have head of service circulars that are actually regulating some of this, and I do not oftentimes encourage that we stick too much to it. Rather, we should stick too much to the circulars, not what we have in the public service rules. But for now, I think this is what is operational. Next slide, please. Compliance, assess professional readiness, determining whether candidates possess the knowledge. We talked about it, and trying to look at the competence, having to have more like a science, because promotion itself, like if you give me that expression, it's not everybody come inside kind of process. It is not. Nowhere in the world that promotion is everybody come inside process. It has some measure of scientific assessment and evaluation structured along climb here is structural along trying to test your knowledge in current affairs, trying to test your knowledge on development agenda of the state government, trying to test on the Teams Plus agenda, try to test your understanding, particularly at the very strategic level, what you understand by Lagos State Development Plan 2052, look at your intellectual capacity and adaptability, and also trying to look at your professional proficiency, industry knowledge, industry competence, other projectual and conceptual knowledge that can feel that, yes, this person is prepared to assume a higher responsibility. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. It's also very important. This is coming by way of advice. I won't want to read it. But you see, in any promotion process, particularly for our DNHR in post, and for those that are, for some of us that are also preparing for our promotion to the next, the success, your success in any promotion exercise starts from these briefings. There are a lot of policy initiations or enunciations, policy enunciations will have been laid bare. And there, without feeling ashamed, if you have any question, please ask. Because we are there to be advised of all the procedures. Just like you wanted to answer a question as an exam hall, I do not read the, what do you call it? This very first line, the instructions, the examiner's instructions. Our briefings are more like the examiner's instructions in the entire process. So the beginning of your success or otherwise has to do with attending these briefings. They are very, very important. A lot of people will say, that what are we doing? I remember some years back, we used to do it physically. I will see the crowd. Thank God for ICT, our HR that is ICT propelled. We have it virtual. And if you have virtual, we have sessions. So sometimes if you cannot meet up with what your own session, you can also go to another session so long as you're able to get the meat of it. Because this is more like an alignment, trying to align your mindset, trying to align your preparation to what is on the ground, to the aspirations of the promoting agency. It's also setting a tone for a proper direction. For number one, what is the direction of the commission? What is the direction of the Ministry of Establishment and Training for those that are actually handling promotion that are outside the mainstream civil service? Also for those who are directors, admin and human resource imposed in some of these parastatal issues. All of these briefings are very, very important because you as the abinger, as the repository of knowledge in terms of public service rules, in terms of external regulations, and indeed to cascade some of these trusts, the policy trusts as regard the promotion of the year. Next slide, please. I would like to read this. Promotion in the public service is more than a routine exercise. It is a great way. It's a gateway to a higher and higher responsibility and service at a higher level. It is guided by strict rules, transparent processes, and the oversight of the Civil Service Commission is to ensure that only the most capable, disciplined, and forward-thinking officers could progress in their career. I'm sorry for that. It should be to progress in their career. With each stage, from compiling eligibility list to the rigorous PMB interview, is a step in affirming merit, rewarding excellence, and preparing leaders who will carry the service into the future. Indeed, the new world of work, or if you like, the now of work. It is through this commitment to fairness and quality that the public service remains a pillar of competence and progress for the state of excellence. In this, for us, in a Pathfinder, most of the things that we do are things that other national. We can tell you the number of states that will come to Lagos State to come and ask, how are you doing your RSTP? When we told at a particular gathering recently, when we told the service of Edo State government, that we ran over 150 cadres within a day. He said, how did we do it? We said, it is a hybrid made up of virtual, physical. Said, what are the meats? What are the nitty-gritty? Tell me the intricacies. And when we actually expose the nitty-gritty, say, yes, we are truly the excellence. On this note, I would like to thank you for the opportunity. I think the floor should be open now for questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, PSR. I'm sure we learned quite a lot. Please kindly drop your questions. If you have questions, you can also raise your hand. Okay, I see hands already, but I'll just go straight to the chat box to see if we have questions dropped already. Yes, sir.
Please let me appreciate my palm sec, please. Please allow me.
All right, okay. No, all right, no problem. You have the floor.
Let him take his breath. He just landed, and on behalf of everyone on this call, present on this call, I want to sincerely, Oga, appreciate you. I'm very sure most of the people, the participants on this call might have not been able, one way or the other, to listen to you give this kind of lecture. Sir, this is more than facilitation. Is indeed insightful, indeed eye openers. Oga, you have handled this session more than I'm sure expected. What will I put it? Aspirations of participants on this call. You have done very, very well, and I want to appreciate you for this kind of knowledge and clarity that you have not only brought on this session this evening, but also made us feel at home, like we are actually listening to a father talking to children. Thank you so much, sir. We so much love the way you have handled this session this evening. Thank you so much. And we will do the needful at the end of this session, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for this honor that you have brought on this call this evening. So, Olaiton, please carry on and let's listen to questions before we allow our Oga to answer them and let him go take a rest for the night.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you. I was still going to appreciate the PS because this is a very timely topic, considering the fact that we are approaching the 2026 promotion exercise, and it's such a privilege to also be here because all of this is not out there, and we don't take it for granted. We appreciate it so much. Thank you very much, PSR. You mentioned that I reminded you of some questions about SPADEF. You also made a quote to 020601. My PSR is here, but while we're waiting for that, I can see someone just dropped the question. I see your hand. Okay, Mr. Abari. I see a couple of hands, so we're going to take it. PSR, are you ready?
I am, but before I take the questions, let me quickly say this. It is with a great sense of humility that I come before you this evening as my colleagues to just share my very modest understanding of the PSR. What I have done is only to recite the PSR so that together can also take a lot. The people on this call, they're over 300. If you join their brain, it's brain power. I'm also here this evening to pick one or two lessons. So thank you very much for the privilege and the opportunity. I'm humbled.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome, sir. You're always welcome, sir. You're always welcome, sir. Okay, sir. So do you want to answer the question on SPADEF? I think you were trying to talk about the adequate number of SPADEF you're supposed to have before qualifying for promotion, but you didn't specify the grade levels. So do you want to start with that?
No, normally for the grade, it's very simple. For 01 to 06 is 2 years. For 7 to 14 is 3 years, and from 15 to 17 is 4 years. So it's not. It's something that we are all very familiar with. But the point I wanted to raise there is that, assuming I just want to dramatize the discussion a little bit. Assuming I've earned 2 years per def, and I'm on level 14. Hello, are we there?
We are here,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're with you, sir. You can go ahead,
and I'm on level 14. I'm on level 14. Then all of a sudden, I've been appointed as a supervisor at a local government to come and serve as maybe supervisor for works or something. I've earned 2 years per def.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy for me to now say, if by next year, the following year, are we together? By the following year, I'll be at the local government working.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be working at the local government. It is very. We had some officers approaching us that, after all, I've done 2 years now. Should be this year. Promotion. No. The point I want to make there is that you have to go and come back and come that circle there as a non-elected political appointee. Do you get it? Before you come back.
Sir.
Before you now be eligible. That your 2 years per def is packed for you. When you come back, that 1 year, what do you make of that 1 year? I think that is even the point I want to make. How do you get that 1 year? If I go for a non-elective political appointment, how do I get a per def? Have I been working in government, in the state government, for me to earn a per def? No. But what we will do, what is acceptable, is that there must be a confidential report. There was what? A confidential report covering all that you have done while you are there. That is what will serve in lieu of your SPADEF. Either 1 year SPADEF, either 2 years SPADEF, either 3 years SPADEF. Even if you have earned 2 years SPADEF, the last one that will qualify you for the next grade level, if you're on level 14 or below, level 14 and below. And if you are on level 15 and above, the next year, you must earn it by way of a confidential report. That's the point I'm trying to make. I hope I'm clear. It looks a bit.
Yes, sir. You're clear, sir.
So Oga, all right, please, Oga, before you leave that particular question
area,
are we saying that now I have 1 more year and I've been given non-elective position now, and I've gone.
Yes.
I've gone there and I've spent 3 years. Now, I'll be having 3 years SPADEF over there.
Yes.
Now,
is confidential reports.
Yes. Is it the first one that will make up my 3rd year for my grade level 14? Why the remaining 2 years confidential report will now be the 2 years for the first 2 years for my next promotion?
For the next grade level.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. All right, good.
Yes, that's it.
It's taken.
Because you are your seniority is supposed to be restored. That is the idea. That your promotion is what? Your national date is supposed to be what? To be restored.
Good.
You have to look as if you have not lost anything.
Good. All right, it's taken.
Because it's on ground of public policy. Because it's on ground of public policy.
Yes.
It's on ground of public policy.
That you have gone to serve. You've gone to serve the state. All right.
Yes. You have gone to serve the country. You have gone so long as government approves it on public policy. And if you also go for a training for less than years too, you are also qualified to restore your seniority.
All right. All right.
Okay. Okay, sir. So I'll just give the second thing you told me to remind you about. You said in PSR 020601, the C3, in all cases, a written examination and general satisfactory records of conduct shall be considered. So I think, are you trying to say that at every point in time for promotion exercise, there's going to be a written exam?
Not necessarily. You see, we also need to come to terms with one fact, we have, gotten to that because we've been relating with PSR, particularly within the space of the Civil Service Commission. You see, the public service rule is predominantly a framework. Is what? A framework, a large framework that be tweaked to suit contemporary imperatives, to suit prevailing insurgencies and conditions. Where you will see that it's not in all cases that we need to do examinations. If you recall, when Governor Ambode assumed office, I think in 2015, he canceled the examination, isn't it? Hello, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm with you, sir.
He canceled the examination. That is not to say that is without prejudice. But you see, what we will do to refine, to reform, to review, to revise is us. So very provision, I'm just to that provision because there are mostly dormant provisions that we don't even see. 100 times that we don't see them, but they are there.
Okay.
So we depend on what works. We switched to STP. That rather than subjecting people to examination, why not train them? We have different models of promotion. In the military, for instance, they also do exam, but the exam is the derivation of a training, a structured training that will be within your maturity period. The year 1, you'll have undertaken XYZ courses where you'll have passed. Year 2, you'll have undertaken XYZ courses where you'll have also been tested and passed. Then the 3rd year, the 4th year, as the case may be. So at the end of all of this, the only thing they will be doing is just to look at your SPADEF, look at some form of, in some cases it may just be oral interview. Also, in some cases, it may also be written examination. So the model of promotion is dependent on what we need now, what we feel is good for our service at every given time. So it's not a must. Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, I will just open the floor for people who are raising up their hands. Apologies, I'm so sorry, I'll call your name. Olateju, please, I'll meet you now. Please ask your questions. Sir, PSR, there's a question in the chat box that says, what is disposition list? I know we've done a topic on that, but I'd like that you answer the question, maybe after.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to don't let me tell the story, but there was a time that we actually, in our processes at the commission, that we had to ask parent MDAs to send us their disposition list. What we saw were rules. And there's a difference, that made us realize there's indeed a difference, a watertight difference between disposition list and nominal rule. The disposition list is managed by parent MDAs, pool MDAs. I'll give you an example. At the commission, we cannot produce a because we are not a pool agency. But PSO can, because administrative, admin and human resource officers, executive officers, secretariat officers, all of these catering officers, all of these officers are pooled under the public service office. So if you are asking for disposition list, it's just that the officers that are pooled under one particular parent MDA, a particular MDA can have up to 2-3 cadres. So disposition list is actually speaking to cadre. It's speaking to what? Cadre. If you go to STO now, they can produce disposition list. Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs can also produce disposition list for community development officers and all of that. The Science and Technology Ministry can produce disposition list for program analysts, computer engineers, and other skills that are allied to science and tech. At Works, they also produce disposition list for engineers, all specimens of engineers, either civil, and not all. Because if you say for engineers, chemical engineering, for instance, the disposition list will come from Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources. So there is a difference between disposition list. The disposition list is speaking to cadres. It's actually a detailed compendium of officers in each cadres based on their seniority. A compendium of what? Of officers in each of the cadres. We have a disposition list for admin and human resource officers. We have a disposition list.
Thank you very much, PSR. Okay.
Disposition
okay.
At the person
Okay.
different from nominal.
Your network, okay?
Yes, sir, your network is cracking. We can't hear you anymore.
Wow.
Oh, it's too bad.
And he's speaking passionately about that.
Exactly.
Question.
That's actually a very critical question, and he's trying to explain. Okay, so while we're waiting for him, I think.
So let me just say this. Okay, I think Oga is back. Okay, for those, we are very sorry for those who were not able to log in. We are very, very sorry. Again, tonight we reached the capacity. So the best we can do is to quickly upload this session on our YouTube channel. Please do yourself that good by visiting the YouTube channel. Please just watch it there. We will post it probably as early as possible tomorrow morning by His grace. We are very sorry, please. We are very sorry. And Oga is not back. I think Oga has been thrown out totally. So
no, he'll come in. He'll come in. There's space for him to come in, and the people here can still hear. It's people who are on the WhatsApp that needs to be oriented about that. And I have sent a message to them. I've also dropped the YouTube link to them.
Okay, thank you.
To also join. Okay, so Madam Olateju Titilayo Janet, I think your question has been answered, except you have other questions. So once the PS is back, we're going to have to take Mr. Abari.
So
I see his hand up.
Maybe I should just continue to say what PS was trying to pass across. He's just saying that disposition list is definitely different from nominal role.
Nominal role, yes.
Yeah, disposition list is a list of detailed information about pool officers, and it can only be done by pool MDAs. For instance, PSO will pull the detailed information of officers, of officers in different cadres under it, and send it out for whatever reason, which is called disposition list. But for nominal role is that list containing the names, the details of officers in your ministry, domicile in your ministry at that particular point in time, and is something that we update frequently, especially when deployment takes place or transfer or secondment here and there. So and you will notice that in that nominal role, we will have different departments this time around being occupied by various officers in all of these departments. But for disposition list, we have various okay, Oga is back. Okay, all right, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Let's look for him and probably.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
I've had the doctor trying to do justice to the issue of disposition list.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is actually a compendium of all cadres, and it's done based on each of the pool MDAs. Mm-hmm. We have 20 in the mainstream. We have 29 pool MDAs, and each of the pool MDAs have their cadres and their disposition list is based on seniority, and even, it contains a lot of details about the officers. It's static to an extent. It only evolves when people move from one particular grade level to the other. It will be moving. It will be moving. It will be moving. And meanwhile, as it's moving, it also takes into cognizance what? Seniority. When you see the disposition of our administrative and human resource officer, you know where you are. You know who is your senior. Even on the same grade level, you know who you are. You know where you are. That is the disposition list. But for nominal role, it's only MDA specific, and it's a potpourri. It's a mixed bag of different cadres. You have all manners of cadres. But for disposition list, it's only domicile in the pool MDA, and its base is a compendium of all the people holding or that are in each of these cadres. So there's a difference between the two of them.
Okay, sir. Because of our time, Mr. Abari, please, you can ask your question. I'm trying to unmute you. Okay, while we're waiting for Mr. Abari to unmute himself, there's a question here. I will be due for promotion by 31st of December 2026, and my notional date is January 1st. I will be retiring by July 1st, 2027. Sir, am I eligible for promotion?
Come again. When will the person be due for promotion?
The person is due. The person is due for promotion by 31st of December 2026, and his nominal notional. Yes, 1st January.
He has a 1st January notional date already.
Yes, sir.
And he will be doing 1st January 2000 what? 10th January
2027. 2027. 1st July 2027.
1st July or 1st January.
Eligible for promotion?
Is he notional? Technically, is eligible because his notional date is 1st January 2027. And when is he retiring in 2027?
1st of July.
Of course, he's eligible. He's eligible.
Okay. Mr. Abari, are you on the call?
Let me make a clarification. The only thing is that as at the time he will be processing all his documentation, he will be using the formal level. But the very moment he's successful at the promotion exercise, he will notify us to update and do the needful.
Okay.
So
notification.
It's qualified. We will notify the commission that I've participated, I've put in all my papers, but now I have a new grade level, level 16 or level 17. So they will now effect it. So I will go with that level 17 or level 16 as the case may be. I don't know the level, but I guess it's maybe level 17. All right.
Okay. Mr. Abari, you have the floor.
Okay, my peers, good evening, my peers, and good evening to everybody on this call.
My consultant,
my consultant, your commission, my commission, your commission. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, what's up?
Fine, sir. I actually have two questions, but I think one has been sorted. That has to do with the issue of leave of absence and on ground of public policy. I think you've done job. Somebody asked that question, and I think that is done. But the other one is not actually a question, but it's like a comment. And it's an indictment, and I feel it's an indictment on the commission. Because I've heard statements like people are being promoted beyond their level of competence. And I think it does not even speak to the person, it speaks to the commission. From what you've told us, and from the process that is involved in promotion exercise, can we actually agree with that statement to say people are being promoted beyond their level of competence? That's my comment. Thank you.
I would thank you very much, Abari. I love that. You see, career management. Hello, are we there? Career management. Yes, career management is a whole of so many factors. A whole gamut of so many factors. Like I said earlier, when I referred to the provisions of the public service rules, particularly 02, 06, 01, that gave naught to examination, I did say, and clearly too, that yes, we've had cause to do a written examination at a particular time. But when it got to a time, we realized that that was not really working for us. That yeah, people may pass exam, people may read and go and pass exam. Beyond it, what is their competence in terms of the job that they are doing, the job they are holding? So the thing shifted to RSTP. That's a revised structure training program. In fact, the revised structure training program, let me do a little bit of historicism here. It was a structured training program for us. That's a structured training program, STP. But when we realized that the structured training program was not even addressing job specific concerns, we realized, yes, it was only addressing issues of general public service knowledge, development, current affairs, public service rules, financial regulations, procurement, budget, and all of that. We said, no, this is not enough. We need to also test people. We need to also expose people to industry skills in their respective area of specialization. If you're an admin person, yes, you'll be tested in administrative procedures. If you're an accountant, they'll go back to ICANN or ANAN and get questions that will test you on it. We have moved from that trajectory. Now, this question you are raising is evolving, and all of these returns, all of these feedbacks will now make the commission to sit back and also look at it and say, okay, if there is a general consensus that people are being promoted beyond their level of competence, what do we do to actually ensure that only people that have the right competence actually get to the next level of responsibility? So that's a question for the commissions, and I'm sure the commissions will take it in good stride. And I want to believe when we had an interaction. Hello.
We are here.
Hello?
We are here, sir. We are here, sir.
Yeah, when we had an interaction with Director Admin and the Human Resource and Post, sometime when this commission assumed office, we did say that there may be need for us to introduce some much more scientific, modes of evaluation and assessment that the commission is still working on. We've not actually been able to, get to, conclude on it. But I also want to assure Mr. Abari that if it's going to be an indictment, it's not going to be an indictment to the Civil Service Commission alone. It's going to be an indictment on the entire, civil service commissions and boards in the state. But anything that we want to do, we want to ensure that our workforce are motivated in line with our own mission to, to cultivate a motivated, highly disciplined, productive, based on fairness, equity, and justice. So that's the answer to, that's the comment to Mr. Abari's comments.
Yeah, thank you, Oga. That question is debatable. I don't know why Mr. Abari brought that kind of question here. Very, very debatable because you cannot specifically say it's an indictment on Civil Service Commission alone, because that officer is domiciled in a particular MDA, and has that been any form of report on that kind of officer before? Because commission will only set questions, will only interview, will only assess the person, and it's possible for that officer to have one way or the other prepared exceptionally for that period and for that purpose and scales through. That's my position, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, my coordinator. Thank you so much.
Okay, because of our time, I see that some of the directors are responding to some questions already. This is
lovely.
This is really beautiful to see. Okay, but there's this particular question. What is the maximum SPADEF score each year for all officers in all ministries in Lagos State? Is it strictly 65% each year?
The thing is that you can get up to, I have gotten 70-something, but you must write. If you are giving any officer above, I think 60 or 65, you must be able to justify it by putting pen on paper and explaining why that officer deserves such a high mark. Because notionally, that officer may also benefit from the latter day, benefits. So definitely you must have. So it's not there is no ceiling. But oftentimes, if you find an officer that is very exceptional, and you feel this officer should not be among the, should move to the first floor, definitely you must write to support it. And I think that is where we have the problem. Again, going back to what the coordinator said, I want to support the coordinator, doctor, that even when we say people are being promoted beyond their level of competence, these people feel SPADEFs.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that are supervising them.
Mm-hmm.
The intricate exercise, you have 3 distinct criteria. The first criterion is perhaps any mode of scientific or evaluation that we have in place at the commission. The second one is the SPADEF. The third one is the oral interview where applicable. And you must score 50% in each of these 3. Mm-hmm. So definitely if you submit a SPADEF that is less than 50%, it means that person will not meet the requirement for promotion. Mm-hmm. But we have not seen much of such. So it's also it's a mixed bag. It's a shared blame kind of, or it's a shared responsibility. The shared responsibility between the parent MDA and the user MDAs and the
commissions. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Mrs. Morade, please kindly unmute yourself to ask your question while I'm checking. Okay, please unmute yourself, ma, to ask your question, ma.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma.
Good evening,
my name is Mr. Please, sir, my question, I'm due for promotion next year. And at the same time, I'm retiring from service start next year. I have promotion and my retirement will be June 2020, June 26. Sir, my question is that the promotion, am I going to use it for my retirement documentation or the last promotion I had? Thank you.
When is your national date? When is your national date of promotion?
Before it was January 1st.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Before it was January 1st.
Is what?
It's January 1st. Before.
I can't hear you clearly.
It was January 1st. My national date was January before.
Before. Okay. So what is it now?
After my conversion, it was now July. And I'll be retiring by June.
Yes. Definitely, if you are June, you can't meet up the promotion again. You can't meet up the promotion. You have to leave on your existing post.
Okay.
You can't meet up the promotion.
Thank you very
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I should not apply for the promotion, sir.
You cannot, if the people that are even compiling the eligibility list, they may not compile your name because they will know that by you will not be eligible. You won't have earned enough SPADEF to qualify for promotion. I don't know your grade level now, but you wouldn't have earned enough your level.
I'm an HR level 10. Senior
level 10, okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You are due for promotion in 2027, Abi? Or 26? 26?
Yes, sir.
No, you can't. You can't. If you are to be January, then no problem. But since you are July and your retirement is June, if your retirement is after July, then you can. But since your retirement is before July, 1st July, you have not met the
requirement.
You have not earned the required SPADEF to qualify you to participate in the next year's promotion exercise.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much, ma. This question, there's also another question here is I want to know if one needs to have additional qualification before being promoted to level 15 as an accountant or engineer.
Yes. As an accountant, you must be qualified professionally. You must have either ANAN or ICANN for you to move beyond level 14. There is a circular regulating that. The same thing for engineers. You must earn your current. If not, you'll be stagnated on 14. Even before now, it was, I think, level 12, level 10. But when they realized that those in the executive cadre were moving up to 14, and some of the officers cadre could not move beyond that since they were not successful, that's why it was elongated to level 14. So either executive or either you're a first degree holder, you move from that your grade level 8 or 9, as the case may be, or to level 14. Once you are not qualified professionally, that's for accountant, is either you have ANAN or you have ICANN. For engineers, it's current. If you are not qualified, you can move beyond level 14 professionally.
Okay. Noted, sir. Okay, before we take another question from the aunt, sir, conversion with MSc, BSc certificates had to produce the same numbers of SPADEF before promotion. I don't know. This question is from Ms. Kemi Omoli. Conversion with MSc and BSc certificates. I don't know. I think the question is, let me try to reframe the question.
No. Let's use this clarification.
Okay.
Is the person converting? If you are converting, your conversion will be premised on the provisions of the schemes of service or other instance circulars, clearly stating the qualifications that you require, either academically or professionally, for you to be able to convert to the next grade level. To another cadre, either from sub cadre to substance to officers cadre. So that is clear. Either it is an issue of MSc or first degree. You may want to convert you. Perhaps I understand what the person is trying to say. If I hear the person clearly, is that the person wants to convert and the person has a first degree and a degree. It does not change anything. You just move straight to the next, to the cadre, new cadre, and you also mature, as clearly stated by the existing conversion policy, before you can be due for the next promotion.
Okay. Thank you very much, PSR. Our time is fast spent, so we're just going to take a few more hands. Oluwaseun, please kindly unmute yourself to ask your question.
Good evening, PSR. I really appreciate your lecture for today. It was really insightful. My question is in two folds. I work with the Health Service Commission, and then there is a law now saying that all officers moving from grade level 14 to 15 must, I mean in admin and HR, must have an advanced diploma program in hospital management and administration. But unfortunately, Ministry of Staff is saying that all the schools offering such courses, that they are not accredited because it's just a diploma program and it's not taken in. So the major challenge now is, how do they move from 14 to 15, even when they have gotten, some of them have gotten approval to study that course, but Ministry of Staff says no approval can be granted to such schools because the accreditation cannot be ascertained by NUC. That's number one question, sir. The number two question is about an officer who might have acquired 2 years PADEF, but now move from executive cadre due to additional qualification to administrative cadre, for example. Yeah. What happens? And then there is a new circular that says that you must earn 3 years PADEF. What happens to the 2 years PADEF they've earned before, or what should be the best advice for such officers for their conversion? That will be my second question, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. This is a very critical question, and I like it. The second question particularly. You see, career management, like I said, is a whole garment. It's full with so many intricacies, sensibilities, that we need to be very careful and also meticulous. We always advise at the commission that anytime you want to convert, make sure that you just earn a promotion. It's always advisable that once you earn a promotion, that officer, it may be very good for him to earn a promotion on that executive cadre fresh. Then you now apply for conversion. Then even if you are going to lose anything at all, you lose only 1 year, perhaps. But if you say you want to convert, having spent 2 years on that SPADEF or with SPADEF. That SPADEF is for a different cadre. You cannot use a cadre, a SPADEF for executive cadre and go and use it in the officers cadre. It's not possible. The schemes are saying something different. Then when they even want to talk about promotion, they will say you have earned this on the post. So we do not say you want to use 2 years executive and 1 year admin to now make it known. So it's always advisable for the officer to wait until you just earn a fresh promotion, then you cannot go into it. So that gives you a leverage. That's the first one. Then the second one, that of accreditation. If I hear you correctly, is that there is no institution that has been accredited by NUC running this course. There will be, but they may be limited. So what the officers should endeavor to do is to go and enlist, to go and register with those that are accredited. They should not look for shortcuts. You know, our system, we always like wuru to the answer. Do you understand? It wants the ones that are accredited. In fact, it's advisable in terms of career counsel that if you want to undertake any course of study, do your due diligence, go to a staff, ask questions. They will guide you appropriately. So I will not go and waste your time. You get it? So the officers should go and do this very PG in hospital management in accredited institutions. If they are doing it in another institution that is not accredited, they should withdraw. It's not too late. Because there's no point. Number one, a staff will not grant them approval. If a staff does not grant them approval, it means they will not be able to use it. Mm-hmm. So why? It's just a waste of time. So it's better for them to stick to the institutions that are accredited by NUC and as also accepted by the Ministry of Establishment and Training. So that's the form of regulation that we have in the system. So that people will not just be going AY, everybody will just be moving around circle, go to here, go and collect certificate, go there. There must be some structure, some sorts of sanity, some sorts of organization in actually trying to administer our career or our career governance.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, because of our time, we're just going to take these two hands. Ore, I see your hand up. Please, can you ask your question?
Ore, about you?
Well, sir. Good evening, sir.
Show up.
Fine, sir. Well done, sir.
Well done.
So, I just wanted to ask a question for clarification, sir.
Okay.
Position list. For example, we talked about it. Who handles it? Because I've seen situations where it's not the admin that handles this position. Some admins, maybe in some different core ministries, they don't handle this position list. And the main reason I'm saying that is because usually when we are trying to update maybe the grade levels on the Oracle database, that we find out, and they give us the disposition list of those that did what do you call it, promotion. We found out that most of those staff have retired or they are maybe they are suspended on the system. So I wonder that if they did promotion, they shouldn't be suspended on the system, that they should have done proper checks. So that I wanted to ask based on that retirement, but I think somebody asked that. So I wanted to know, disposition list, is it not admin, or probably is anybody in the poor ministries, any cadre that can handle it? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Ore. I love the question. You see, for disposition list ordinarily should be handled and managed by the Directorate of Administration and Human Resource, because they are the repository of the records, human capital records. They will be the one that will prepare the eligibility lists. They will be the one that will update if people are promoted. So it should ordinarily be held by the Administration and Human Resource Directorate. However, in some specific organizations, MDAs, like the Public Service Office, it is being handled by Director of Service Matters, because the A&HR in Public Service Office is exclusively for the in-house staff. She manages the the nominal role, but she does not manage the disposition list. The disposition list at Public Service Office is managed by Director of Service Matters. But I beg to say, in all other agencies, is always managed by the Director of Administration and Human Resource, because he or she is supposed to be the repository of human capital records in terms of everything, whether you are going on leave, whether you are going on study leave, whether you are going on what do you call it, leave of absence, either you are being promoted, either you have disciplinary issues, either you are not
maternity
eligible,
leave,
and all of that. Maternity, God bless you. So all of this, so they are the ones that are supposed to, hold on to this vision, is because they are managing the cadres. They are part of, like I said in my opening, that career management is actually shared. The management of careers is shared among the following agencies: the Statutory Service Commissions and Boards, Ministry of Establishment and Training, Public Service Office, and the parent MDAs, the pool agencies. Because there's no way we can run a promotion exercise successfully without their input. If they do not cooperate with us, there's no way we can do it. Because the data that we need will come from them. Or I feel that answers your question to an extent, if not 100%.
Thank you very much, PSR. So we're going to be taking the last, and there are still a lot of questions, but would answer those questions on the WhatsApp why we can't do that. Mr. Away, I see Mr. Away's hand. That's the final hand. So,
okay, Mr. Away.
Mr. Away, yes, Mr. Away, please ask your question, sir.
Hello, good evening, sir. PS.
Good evening, my chairman. Good evening, my chairman.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I will not answer my chairman's question. It will amount to insubordination.
I'm going to do promotion. I'm going to do promotion next year. I don't want my letter to hang. Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, the question I want to ask is something that actually is very bothering to some of us. I think we have done it once or twice on some other different platforms. And I will just use two cadres as a sample without any disrespect to them. That is, let's say, these people that have this professional certification, ICANN and current. That is the accounting cadre and the engineering cadre, as it were. Now, assuming any of the staff, the officer adds OND or HND for the entrance into service,
yes,
without current, and if that person now adds current or ICANN, I think that a certification or that professional certificate they take, give them an upgrade to another grade level. Now,
yes, even another cadre.
Yes, if you give them another grade level. Yes, you give them
another grade. Advancement,
now
conversion and advancement.
Yes, sir. My question now is, if any of them do not have a first degree and they have that professional certification, and it can push them to that officer cadre. Now, it means that if they get to their level 14, they can go to 15. Now, what now happens to officers who have a first degree but do not have qualification to that professional? And so it means that even with the BSc, that person can be stopped, and the person that maybe it's even YEC or secondary school or OND. OND, let me use OND. If somebody had an OND and we know OND statutorily, we push that person on level 14. Now, OND with ICANN, OND with ICANN or with ACA will push that person beyond 14. And the person with a first degree will now stay at 14 because it doesn't have. I want you to explain that, because some of our officers don't really get this right, and it's quite disturbing. That's just the question I want to ask. Then, sir, again, on the issue that Ore asked, I want to add this clarification also, because we've been speaking to them at OTC at a particular time to speak to that issue. I know that when we want to have promotion exams, and promotion is coming like this, you see the L&D division or unit within an HR are always in charge of saying that the issue of a promotion is their core duty, and the nominal role or disposition list as it were is handled by them. But in some other place, you now see there is another unit, I think it's HRMIS or something, that also said, no, this is my own core area. It is not L&D. L&D is not supposed to handle SPADEV. It is not their core job. So there was now a kind of disparity and issues around it. At the time that we need to even clarify at PSR and said, who handles SPADEV? Which of the 5 divisions handles SPADEV? Which of the 5 divisions handle promotion? I think it has to do with exactly also what Ore is speaking to, aside from the issue of some ministry having, maybe they call themselves professional ministry, handling their disposition list by themselves without allowing A and HR and do it. Now, even within A and HR itself, there is always another clock within it that, okay, it's L&D. No, it is MISR. No, it is the HRMIS. Even workforce plan will say it's their own job. So I think there is issue between those divisions on who handles SPADEV, who handle promotion, and what happened around that. I think this around what Ore is asking for. So you might need to clear that one to us also.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, my president, my chairman. You see, the issue of we are all HR strategists. Mm-hmm. And as HR strategists, we should endeavor to abide by what the prescriptions or whatever rules of engagement that we have. In our 5 branches of the HR that we have, each of these functions have been allocated to each of the divisions. But what we see in most cases is the personality of the people manning it. Sometimes the idea and HR may feel that maybe the person in L&D has a competence or is dedicated that can deliver. But that should not take away what exact the prescriptions of what the 5 branches have given. So that will be my answer to it. But the dynamism, you see, sometimes most of the things that we say, most of the things that are even in our public service rules, like level 6 to 7, for instance, say committees, they don't do any committee, they just send the names to us, who will administer it and move it to level 7. You know, some of these things we can say them, but when you get to the field, you realize that the theory is different from the practice. But my own advice, as a strategist like you are, is that let us abide by the prescriptions of what our 5 branches have said. Who should handle SPADEV should handle it, who should handle promotion should handle it. All of this, they should do it. At the end of the day, are we not working towards the same goal? Is it not the same directorate? So if we are among ourselves, we're even quarreling over who does what, how won't other directorate take over our job? They will. Because when they organize on board and you nominal role, disposition list, they will not be able to do it. So let us keep to what the branches have, prescribed for each of the units. If you know, as a director and HR impose, if you know that a particular person may not be able to function properly for a particular, why not change? So that there won't be a mix-up of L&D doing HR measurement doing recruitment and all that, changing it and, having it haphazard. Let it be properly structured. In fact, I do know that even in some HR directorate, they don't even have any, delineation. It is at the discretion of the HR. Just you go and do this today, you go and do that tomorrow. Perhaps the only thing that can be constantly updating of nominal roles, those ones. Of course, 3-2 will be, under L&D. But that is not to say that we will not still bring other things. So we need a clear definition of our rules based on the prescriptions that we have in our rules of engagement and our mandate as HR officers. Then for the second question, that of this OND and degree, Mr. Awe, is even better now. Do you know why they changed it to level 14? So because when it was on level, you cannot move beyond level 10, officers were not able to pass and executives were moving. Mm-hmm. They will move and go and wait at level. They will start the exam. They'll be doing it where. By the time they do it for 4 or 5 years, it's just by the time they are on 14, what about the senior officer? That's why the spirit behind it, okay, let's move it to 14. So all of them will go and meet at 14. And I also want to believe that if as an officer, either in accounting or in engineering, you are average like me, you should be able to pass. ọdún mélòó náà ní from level 8 or 9 títí tó máa fi dé level 14. That officer in accounting firm, if you are not able to pass ICANN within a particular time limit, they chase you away. They say you are not competent because professionally you cannot meet up. That's the meaning. So that shouldn't be an issue. Whoever is a graduate and what's his sort should be able to pass that professional examination within record time, at least before he gets to level 14. That should be an excuse.
Thank you, sir.
To pass, I mean, if OND can pass, then you are claiming you have a degree, you should be able to pass and even pass well.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Sincerely, we apologize to those questions that we're not able to take here tonight. Please kindly send them to the WhatsApp, and I'm sure that you get a response on them. The time is fast spent. It's 9 already. If we're to stay here, we can stay here all day listening to the PS. Thank you so much, PSR. Doctor, over to you, please.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor. My PS. Because we've, in fact, deep into the night. We've gone deep into the night. So we have our normal, usual practice here. We will come together to appreciate you, to sing for you, and then please, we want to mute ourselves now so that we would, with one voice, want to appreciate you, we'll sing for you because you have done justice to this demystifying promotion. You have actually demystified promotion exercise.